Today we answer the age-old question, is Pokemon Z-A a good buy? Spoiler alert, seems that many are quite disappointed in it. Anyway, this video is from Lord FrogMire. I'll put the link on the description if you want to see the whole video. Anyway, let's go ahead and check it out.
Pokemon Legends Z-A has finally released, and is it worth it? Is it worth being the most expensive Pokemon game ever made? Well,
It
I
is?
forced myself to finish the game, and I can say
How much is Z-A? Is it $90? It's $69. Wow. Actually, it's $70. $69.99. How much is the old Pokemon game? $60. How much was the Mario Kart World? $80. $80 for a Mario Kart. Seems like Nintendo was trying to ease the pain a bit and brought it down $70 for some reason. Or because maybe the quality is just that bad and they don't want to charge $80 for it. Anyway, let's go back to the video.
pretty confidently, no, obviously not. We all knew it wouldn't be. Game Freak can't make a game worth $40, let alone the $550, yes, the number keeps going up, that the game actually costs to get the complete product. And even ignoring the price, the game is a disappointment in so many ways. It was so funny hearing people speculate. Sure, the game only takes place in one city, but this is France we're talking about, which has catacombs, so I bet there's a huge underground area like Tears of the Kingdom. Underground area? You can't even go in the buildings in a city.
That is an ugly ass skin for a building. Yeah, I know they're trying to run it on Switch 1 too, but Legend of Zelda, anyone?
You're expecting above and beyond when Game Freak can't even do the bare minimum. Game Freak's motto is to underpromise and still underdeliver. A small map taking place in a single location with no variety in that one area isn't even
Imagine you're trapped in just one big city, and then the Pokemon are just like in some spots. There's no other area? Well, maybe there will, but it will be a DLC for sure.
I don't consider a city complete when you can't go in the buildings. But
that looks dead. That looks like a dead city.
Time to talk about the world. I just want to illustrate to you that this is prevalent throughout the entire game. It's something that you already expect to.
I mean, Arceus was a good game, and we thought they will evolve from that game, make the graphics a bit better, but we got Scarlet, which was pretty meh.
Be kind of underwhelming, and it's somehow worse than that. Not that the game's all bad. I mean, just look at this Mareep. Look at him jump around. Doesn't it bring you joy? It just makes me smile. And
I think it's like, yeah, let's do the bare minimum. Only children will play it. Old people play it. Your target market is not just the children, it's also those who played it on the original Game Boy, guys.
Did try a new combat system, and Game Freak hasn't tried something.
Who works their ass off to buy a freaking $70 game, and you're gonna give us this?
New in decades. So you gotta at least give them some props for that. And the collect 'em all aspect has been greatly improved. You no longer have to catch 700 Starly to complete the Pokédex, which makes collecting them all something actually fun and interesting to do. That's all I got for the positives. If you were expecting a unbiased review where we really go over the pros and the cons, you came to the wrong place. Maybe if the game was $40 and DLC wasn't announced before the game even came out. If you didn't need Nintendo Online and were forced to play a ranked mode that I promise you will be terrible to unlock content that is already in the game.
You pay $70 and you need to freaking pay a DLC.
I played the Switch 1 version of the game, and I don't have Nintendo Online. So I gave it a real honest try to like it, and I did at first.
So that's why we're seeing a bit jagged lines because it's on the Switch 1, but still. Even though that's gonna be like a better resolution on Switch 2, I'm not seeing it as a great texture, guys. I mean, look at the freaking windows. It's like Pokemon Arena cut up to be Windows. What the freak?
Played the game, the more I grew to hate it, the more tired I am of being disappointed by everything Game Freak makes. From a lack of ambition, from a lack of effort, it's just lacking. Everything they make is lacking. Every time you make a video criticizing the
no wonder they're suing Palworld. Have you looked at Palworld? Let me show you a freaking screenshot of Palworld. This is low, and it's already miles better than that freaking Pokemon game. Let's see Epic. This is freaking epic. You see the environment? It feels like alive. Not those 2D window shit. Let's get another example. Again, very low, which is still miles better than Pokemon. Epic. Want to see another one? Epic. You would imagine Arceus to be upgraded into something like this when Switch 2 arrived. Or maybe just the bare minimum of this. Give us a Zelda looking freaking game. But no.
Nintendo,
This is what we
Pokemon,
freaking get.
People being like, oh, it's the Nintendo fanboys, the Pokemon fanboys. They're gonna get you. These aren't fans. A fan of something loves it. If you love Pokemon, why are you okay with it being dumpstered on constantly? I'm sick and tired of a billion-dollar franchise being treated like it's made by some small indie company while they
that's true.
as much as they possibly
Even Palworld was made by a freaking indie company and it went awesome.
can for what is supposed to be a spin-off $70 game.
Nintendo was like punched in their freaking balls. That's why they hate Palworld and wants to freaking annihilate them. Not only that, putting patents on freaking game mechanics that Digimon did already. Final Fantasy did it already. We even have Final Fantasy like Pokemon Edition already. And now they patent the freaking mechanics of summoning a monster or something. We won't be able to see that kind of games anymore. No more summoning mechanics. Imagine Yuna from Final Fantasy X won't be able to summon a freaking monster to fight for you. I hope that doesn't make it true. If that's how the planet will work, damn, Aeons will be gone. No more summoning for you, Final Fantasy.
Something that people are rightfully concerned about, that the entire map is just one city. And all of your fears have been realized. And
Assassin's Creed 1 looks better than this freaking thing. Maybe 2. Assassin's Creed 2.
probably worse, because it's a city.
And Assassin's Creed 2 was freaking released back when? 2009. What the freak? And how does it look? Kind of alive, right? Any capture from the city? 2008, guys. And we keep buying to Nintendo bullshit.
All the doors are painted.
I mean, you can play Assassin's Creed Black Flag on the Switch. Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood.
On. Aside
Those
from
great games, you can play it on the Switch.
locations, in some battle cafes,
And they look good.
basically empty. You cannot enter any buildings, not even stores. You remember every other video game ever made? You enter a store, you talk to the counter, you buy some stuff, a couple NPCs are around, maybe they have useful information, maybe give you an item, maybe add a little flavor to the world. Nope, nothing. You get a menu. Modeling the inside of a building is far
Holy
too much
shit.
effort in a game that has one location. One! The game released over a decade ago with an entire region has a more believable city than the game that is only about this city. And I don't know what people were smoking to think the game would have catacombs. You get 2 underground areas. 2, which are just a series of halls.
Oh my god. Persona did better than those shops. TLDR, I'm not buying this freaking game.
The city rooftops you explore from the beginning of the game is exactly the same as the one you're doing at the very end. There is no meaningful difference through any of it.
They wanted to do Assassin's Creed on this shit.
You get one.
But it became
You know,
shit.
in the last game, you could fly, you could climb.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Cool stuff. Now, you get one midair jump, and you can only do it while falling. So it's not even like a double jump. That's it. The wild areas are sectioned off city blocks or parks where wild Pokemon can be caught.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Actually, they can do that through
That's a freaking problem. There's no areas that Pokemon can freaking like live in. So technically you'll need to go to the park to catch some Pokemon. Which is how I think would be if Pokemon were real a bit. Maybe you'll catch a cockroach Pokemon and a rat Pokemon.
the rest of the city too, but they're more common here. So
Imagine
certainly there must be
catching
some
Pokemon in
variety
New York.
there.
You'll get rats.
No, there isn't. It's just more city blocks or a small park. That's the entire variety.
They should have made the city like the center of the freaking map or something. They made it big. Maybe they can make it big, but maybe they're too time constrained when making a game. So if Nintendo can give them 2 more years, maybe they can make a map like Grand Theft Auto, a little bit bigger, like something like that. Maybe have like 3 regions in one game, 2 regions, maybe.
The most different it gets is one wild area, just one, has some snow. Isn't that exciting? A regular game has you going from snowy mountaintop to swamp, to cave, to forest.
See, that's the variants. You'll know where to catch the freaking Pokemon that's rock Pokemon. You'll need to go to like cave, like place.
What do you get in this? You get park or rooftop. That's the whole game. 20 hours. Park, rooftop, 1 sewer section. It's a joke. So the world itself is boring. But who cares? What about the things that you
But people will still buy this shit.
do in that world? Maybe that's cool. Of course not. You have your Ubisoft collectibles, like screws that you get for completing platforming challenges, and I'm using the term platforming really loosely, which you can use to get an EXP boost, maybe get
Fuck, that doesn't look like platforming. It looks like walking up a ladder.
Scarlet and Violet could get away with having a barren, empty world because at least it was fun to move around. You could run real fast and jump real high and fly. It was fun to move around. Here you get nothing because if they gave you anything, you'd realize how small, uninteresting, and lame.
I mean, the walls look the same. The buildings look freaking the same. Everywhere.
I mean, how could you have all these platforming challenges if you could jump and fly? Who wants to climb buildings? It's not like that's been in every game ever.
I don't.
Alright, so it's not fun to explore.
I only like it in Assassin's Creed, but aside from that, no. Maybe Spider-Man? I mean, how can you even make a freaking game so bad with Pokémon Legends mechanics? It's like the best mechanics of Pokémon we've got so far. I love Legends mechanics. I don't want to play a Pokemon turn-based game anymore. If all Pokemon games were Legends mechanics, it's gonna be awesome if it was made right.
Now, you're part of a crew of a couple dweebos, and the leader of your crew is in debt to a loan shark. And I'm talking a real loan shark. Your team leader likes to help people out around the city, helped one of the loan sharks, and as a reward, she got offered a loan to make a video advertisement for the hotel you guys stay at. And in the hidden fine print, they specifically say it's tiny text she could not read. It has an insane interest rate where this 100,000 Poké-Dollar loan accrued 1 million Poké-Dollars in interest over the course of a couple days.
Damn, you've gotta be stupid to freaking sign that loan.
Not years, days. So you go to the loan sharks because you got to help your friend out, and they put you into indentured servitude. You have to do their bidding to pay off not the loan, just the interest. And it's
freaking story of our lives, right, guys? This is the freaking realest story of any Pokemon game you've played so far. It's kind of fun paying that loan.
to work for them forever. It's however long they want you to work. So in this Pokemon game, there are creditors who enslave you through predatory loans. And guess what? They're the good guys. Yes, the predatory.
They're freaking good guys.
The villain of the game, if you call it that, is just big old guy made a defense structure for the evil team back in Gen 6, and now it's going crazy. So you have to go stop it. That's it. No evil team, no grand plan, no ideals fighting against each other, nothing. Everyone's a good guy.
It's like they released a game that's half-baked because they really are time constrained. Maybe Nintendo is saying that the Switch 2 isn't selling well, so they need to publish a Pokemon game real quick.
I don't know, man. I think that's all I got. Don't buy this game. It's not good. It's just disappointing. Aren't you tired of disappointments? Making a Pokemon game, making an open world game that takes place in one area with no variety was never going to be a good idea.
That's true. They should have just made this city at the center, like I said. Pokemon is really not fit on the city setting, I think. It should have been like there's some province, some other areas, not just the whole freaking city. I mean, it's unnatural to see Pokemon in big city, right?
was never going to work. This game was a failure at the planning stages. Exploring one city is already not that interesting, but a city where you can't even go in the buildings with no move.
If they made the buildings better and you can go into it, and then there's many things that you can do inside those buildings, maybe, but
Movement abilities, ignoring the DLC, ignoring the required online.
I think that's why they say X and Y was better than this.
That's the review. Unfortunately, there is no twist at the end. I genuinely was pushing myself to finish this game. Not a fan. Anyway, bye.
Alright, so that was it. So do you think you're gonna buy this game? Comment below. For me, no, I won't. I don't think I even want to play this freaking game. Maybe play the older Pokemon games. That's gonna be better. I dropped the link of the original video from Lord FrogMire at the description if you want to watch the full video. And check out our Patreon, guys, so that you can support us where I watch some anime. And see you on the next video. Bye!